Clemson. Brent Venables wasn't supposed to be back this season. When you lose 7 starters and 6 of them end up on NFL rosters, you're supposed to rebuild or maybe retool. Not Coach Venables. This season, his new-look Tiger defense led the ACC in total defense, allowing just 307 yards a game, tackles for losses almost 5 a game, and passing yards a game only 180. And Venables' Clemson D came up huge in the most critical situations. They are ranked 5th nationally in third down defense, and they are 8th nationally in both scoring and total defense. Venables D also specializes in takeaways. They are ranked 10th nationally in interceptions, and only one defense in the country scored more touchdowns than Brent Venables' Tiger defense. For the 2nd straight year, the Broyles Award is proud to welcome Clemson's Brent Venables. He's a 3-time Broyles Award finalist.
Well, being here the 3rd time doesn't make it any easier. I'm like Coach Levitt, and I'll bring you up to date on our background together here in a minute. But I'm uncomfortable as well. Nobody values and respects how you have success more than me, and it first starts with incredible support. And I'm gonna get this one right and thank my wife. My college sweetheart of 19 years, and my greatest supporter and best friend, Julie. Would you stand up, please? She's my other half. She's the right side of my brain. I got the 3rd downs and all that thing down. She thinks for me, helps me operate as a husband, father. But wouldn't be here without her. Thank you. I'd also like to thank David and Jeff and Molly and Betsy. Just what I love about it, you know, nothing great in life is going to be accomplished without the love and the passion that you all pour in to the Broyles Award and the foundation and the respect that you have and the value that you have and Coach Broyles has had for assistant coaches and now the support again of his foundation. And what an incredible opportunity for all of us to be a small part of and moving forward, continued supporters. Thank you. I'd also like to thank Coach Horton and Coach Hatfield and pouring into us as assistant coaches. Coach Hatfield, of course, was briefly at Clemson. I know most of his career was here in Arkansas, but those guys were up here along with Coach Broyles, just on a pedestal as a young coach growing up, and like, oh, that's him. And to spend some time together today at breakfast. And to listen to them, you know, put their hair down, so to speak, make themselves vulnerable, and to share some experiences was really special for me. And to the other finalists, congratulations. What an incredible feat. There's so many hundreds of qualified coaches that are out there that could easily be in our places. And, you know, the number one thing that I think all of us agree on is the reason we're here is because of our players and our staffs. And I'd also like to thank our players at Clemson, and not just this year's group. This year's group is incredibly special to me for so many reasons. But these last 4 years, the foundation that they've set and have been a big part of our success as a team, and our offensive players as well. The work that they put in, how they make us better, the humility. Just been so blessed to be a part of a program that stands for what's good. And again, the way they work, the way they complement one another, the humility they allow us to coach them, and that never give up attitude. It's very humbling to be a part of. And they take a lot of pride in their work. Nobody, again, values that more and respects that more and appreciates that more than us as a coaching staff. I'd like to take an opportunity to also thank our defensive coaching staff. Marion Hobby, who coaches our defensive line, co-coordinates with me. Dan Brooks, who's the best in the business, was also recently acknowledged as the AFCA National Coach of the Year. Well-deserved for Dan. Mike Reed, who coaches our secondary, and then our support staff, DeAndre McDaniel, Andrew Warwick, Zach Galley, Zach Fulmer, Lemansky Hall, Mickey Kahn, and Mike Briglin. Those guys, they're kind of the glue to the whole operation. They get zero credit, but they're the real keys to success, again, along with our players. In regards to the finalists here, Got a brief history with all of them. Lincoln ruined my Christmas a year ago, trying to figure out how to slow them down. Going in, we played each other in the Orange Bowl, so I appreciate that. It was miserable, no, but got great respect for Lincoln, and what a bright future he has. He's very, very talented. Jeremy, he and I, we were talking last night at dinner before Jeremy got here, and all those option coaches, no offense, Coach Hatfield, but those option offenses, us defensive guys look at them as communist. And so Jeremy and I have, amongst other things, have shared some ideas back and forth on the best ideas to try to slow those guys down. I'm going to skip the next one here and go to Matt Canada, who kicked our teeth in this year, humbly so. We still haven't stopped the option play, a little shovel option, and what an amazing job he's done. Did a great job at Wisconsin, NC State. Very humbled to be up here. Very well-deserved recognition for Matt and the job that he's done his whole career, but what an impact he's had in such a short time there at Pitt. And then Coach Brown, nobody does it better. We would watch, when he was at Boston College, we would watch their film. Where's the Boston College game of every common opponent and see what his plan was, because just from a strategy standpoint, toughness standpoint, fundamental standpoint, his boys were always spot on, and got a lot of admiration and respect for Coach Brown. And then last but not least, but Coach Jim Leavitt gave me my first opportunity as a player. I played at Kansas State, and Coach Leavitt was my linebacker coach. To be on the same stage with him is pretty humbling. And so we go way back, and he and Coach Bob Stoops were co-coordinators. But Coach Leavitt taught me a lot about the game, and coming from a single family home, coaches were always, they kind of bridged that gap for me and my father. So great example for me. I've been real fortunate to have a lot of really strong mentors, and Coach Leavitt, he offered me my first full-time job. So I was a GA at Kansas State for 3 years, and then Coach Leavitt was going to South Florida to start that program. Now, what he did there was next to remarkable. He had them in the top 5 in the country back-to-back years. His last couple of years there, it's no surprise to me, but it's pretty remarkable in the big picture. And he's a winner, he's a fighter, and kids love to play for him. His passion and energy and enthusiasm are unparalleled. But he offered me a first job. He says, look, he said, if Coach Snyder keeps jacking around and doesn't hire you to take my spot, I got a job for you. So everybody's talking about $5 grand, right? He said, I got a job, but I can't pay you. You're going to have to work for free. He's going to hire me full time. He says, I might be able to get you a car. And he's so right. And he taught me at a young age that you do this not for the money, but just for the love of the kids, to help shape and mold and influence their lives, hopefully in a positive way. All of us have been gifted from God. God is good all day, all the time. And he's gifted all of us with a love for the game and the love for the opportunity to, again, make a difference in young people's life. Probably to a man, we've all been influenced that way, and I know certainly I have. I'd like to acknowledge the 3 head coaches that I've had good fortune to work for. And Bill Schneider gave me my first opportunity as a player and awarded me a scholarship. And he taught me about you get what you earn, and I walked on and earned a scholarship. And he taught me so many things that I still carry to this day. I remember the first staff meeting I was in as a young GA, and I was just in awe of how thorough Coach Snyder was. There's nothing that he doesn't think of. And his organizational skills, his attention to detail, his consistency, he's never really high, he's never really low. And what a great quality he is. Just a tremendous mentor, and made a tremendous impact for me as a coach. And Coach Bob Stoops, who was, again, also a coach on the staff there at Kansas State when he took the job at Oklahoma in 1999, got an opportunity to go coach with Coach Stoops. And as good of a man as there is in the business, he's a guy's guy. He gets it. Great family man. He taught me so many things on how to balance the rigors and the stresses and the demands of being a college football coach and being a great family man, husband and father, and have fun while he's doing it. But taught me about toughness and confidence, And then I want to say special thanks to Coach Dabo Sweeney and his wife, Kathleen. Just great people, incredible people, as much as they are anything. Coach Sweeney is authentic as it gets in this business. He makes himself very vulnerable. He's not afraid to have his guard down in a profession where we all got our guard up, 24/7. He's a glass half full. He's a perpetuator of the positive. He loves life. He loves players. But he has a genuine love and concern and care and appreciation for players. And if I've learned something, and he hits a lot of the other categories a lot of the other coaches did, but it's that. And he's got a glass half full mindset, 24/7, and has really helped me grow professionally in so many ways, both on and off the field, and I'm forever indebted to him and his family and the Clemson family and the Clemson University for giving me the opportunity that I have to work at a great place every day with great people. So I really appreciate the opportunity to be here again, and again, the Broyles Foundation, honored, humbled, all the above, and thrilled to be here. Thank you.
All right, it is time. Real quick, I want to acknowledge Kevin Trainer, whose mother-in-law is married to Coach Broyles. Kevin, thank you for always being a part of this award, and your mother-in-law, how wonderful she is with Coach Broyles. At this time, first of all, let's give it up for our finalists. Was that not an amazing group? Wow. It's the most painful thing because all 5 of them could win. I mean, that's how close the voting is. All 5 of them really could have one of these, but only one could be called the winner. At this time, I want to remind you there are pledge cards on your tables for the Broyles Foundation. Take one of those with you and fill it out sometimes and get involved with the Broyles Foundation if you would. And speaking of, and how about Mark May? Was it not great having him here today? All right. It is time. Betsy and Molly, will you please come to the podium? Mark, you can come stand behind them, but this will be the first time that Betsy and Molly will announce a winner. We won't mark behind them. And coaches, again, thank you for the great jobs you do with your young men in your program. Thank you for being here. All of you are winners.
This is very exciting.
All right, congratulations, Coach Venables.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our program. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next year, everybody. Congratulations to all coaches and Coach Venables.